Movie recaps unleash dives into one of the most iconic time travel stories ever made, Back to the Future, a film that blends science fiction, comedy, and emotional stakes into a tightly constructed adventure about fate, family, and unintended consequences. The story begins in 1985 with Marty McFly, a restless teenager living in the small town of Hill Valley. Marty's life feels stuck. His family is dysfunctional. His father, George McFly, is a passive, bullied man trapped in a dead-end job, and his mother, Lorraine, is bitter, regretful, and stuck reliving her high school glory days. Marty dreams of escaping this future, but has no idea how deeply tied he is to it. Marty's closest friend is Dr. Emmett, Doc Brown, an eccentric scientist widely considered a crackpot. One night, Marty meets Doc at a mall parking lot, where Doc reveals his life's greatest invention, a time machine built from a modified DeLorean. The machine is powered by stolen plutonium and activated when the car reaches 88 miles per hour. Before Doc can explain everything, Libyan terrorists arrive, seeking revenge for the stolen plutonium. Doc is shot, and Marty escapes in the DeLorean, accidentally activating the time machine. In a flash of light and fire, Marty is sent back to the year 1955. Stranded in the past with no plutonium and no way home, Marty encounters a younger version of Hill Valley, cleaner, smaller, and filled with people who will one day shape his life. Everything seems manageable until Marty accidentally interferes with the meeting of his parents. In the original timeline, George saved Lorraine from being hit by a car, sparking their relationship. But Marty disrupts the event and becomes the one Lorraine falls for instead. This creates a catastrophic paradox. Marty begins to fade from existence as his future unravels. Desperate, Marty seeks out the younger version of Doc Brown. At first, Doc refuses to believe the wild story until Marty proves his identity with detailed knowledge of future events. Doc agrees to help, but warns Marty that changing the past could have unpredictable consequences. Marty must now do two impossible things: get his parents to fall in love, and find enough power to send himself back to 1985. Since plutonium dosing exists in usable form in 1955, the only available power source is a lightning strike predicted to hit the town clock tower during a storm. Meanwhile, Marty works to turn George into someone capable of standing up for himself. George is shy, awkward, and constantly bullied by Biff Tannen, a violent and arrogant antagonist whose influence spans generations. Lorraine's attraction to Marty creates an increasingly uncomfortable situation, forcing Marty to push George and Lorraine together before time runs out. The plan culminates at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, where Marty orchestrates events to recreate the moment that brought his parents together. But things nearly fall apart when Biff attacks Lorraine, forcing George to finally stand up for himself. George knocks Biff out cold, earning Lorraine's admiration and sealing their romantic future. With his parents' kiss restored, Marty races to complete the final step, returning home. As lightning strikes the clock tower, Doc struggles to connect cables and deliver the precise electrical surge needed to power the DeLorean. At the last possible second, the plan succeeds, and Marty is sent back to 1985. Marty returns to the night Doc was shot, but this time, Doc survives, having worn a bulletproof vest. Marty wakes up the next morning to discover the consequences of his actions. His family is transformed. George is confident and successful. Lorraine is happy and fulfilled. Biff is reduced to a submissive figure. Marty's future has been completely rewritten. The film ends with Doc returning from the future, warning Marty that something has gone terribly wrong with his children, launching the story directly into the next chapter. Back to the Future works because it's more than a time travel story. It's about confronting fear, breaking cycles, and realizing that small moments can reshape entire lives. If you enjoyed this recap, check out our other videos and subscribe. And support the channel as we uncover cinema's most iconic and unforgettable stories.